Yeah, so we talked about Aurelia top being a big deal there for Hanser. We have not seen him play this type of champion very much, but we were talking about Porpoise Pops' Nocturne and the fact that it is a level 6 jungler, meaning that his goal is to farm like mad, hit level 6 by the time the first blue buff comes around or the first buff respawn comes around. That's your marker, is you better darn well hit 6 at or before that buff kill. And then the pressure starts for Nocturne. Ganks before then are difficult. Heaven Time is going to have, honestly, a bit of a jungler's paradise, ganking against a farm jungler. And getting to crush Cali Trolls with low threat of counter gank and get Hanser ahead. I think that is a very real risk here for Teammate.
Yeah, these are all pretty safe lanes, though, for Teammate. You have the farming from Orianna from the distance, kind of like proxy farm with the ball. Lulu's going to shove the lane, but you can't shove too hard. So wave manipulation is going to be something Cali Trolls has to really have down and in check on that champion.
Here's the thing. Syndra's wave clear is cheaper and easier than Orianna's on a lower cooldown. So theoretically, you ignore the bot lane. You say, you know what, it's a hyper carry lane. YOLO, leave him alone. Lod can push out, Hanser can be ready, and Heaven Time can gank. I feel like there was a lot of ammunition here for LoLPro to gank Cali Trolls. Like, that is, I mean, we talked about it in the previous game, like you can dive a Mundo, Teammate did it. You can dive a Lulu here with the Aurelia and the Elise, and I think that is something that should happen for LoLPro here.
Yeah, and if they make those ganks up top and they camp Cali Trolls, shot calling might go out the window too.
Yeah.
So a lot of factors here. Of course, it's not always just what you see on the screen.
Sure.
There's always a human element on it too. Can somebody get on tilt? Can somebody just get behind and just kind of shut down in the game, or get distracted, or have multiple things on their mind? Because now he's focused on getting back into the game and making the calls for all of his team.
And to their credit, Teammate came back from a crushing Game 1 and one of the most demoralizing level 1s I've seen in Game 2 and still pulled it out. I have to give a lot of props to Teammate for that, because that is very easy to shut your brain off when that happens. Great ganks by Porpoise Pops. His Evelyn was great. He's on Nocturne now, though. We'll see how that changes things up. But also the fact that Teammate got their lead back in, and they shot called really well from ahead. And that is good for them to keep the game under control. So, LoLPro, it's now on them to disrupt.
Yeah.
It's on them to disrupt the accelerating train of Teammate, basically. It's back on the tracks, and they're doing really well.
Yeah, that last game was very, not convincing, but the fact that they were able to come back from such a deficit so early on, and it wasn't forcefully pushed out and pressured by LoLPro, is a little concerning. Because LoLPro's first game was just all sunshine for them. Because they were like, all right, we're going to have Heaven Time control the entire map and then just capitalize off of that and end the game 28 minutes.
Yeah, and there just wasn't a damage threat coming out. You've got Triforce Ezreal trying to break down tanks that aren't dying, and it's not a place to be if you're behind that an AD carry. We've actually, the very first game, the bot lane was under-farmed, and Babel couldn't do very much. If that actually happens again here, that's a big threat, because there's more damage on LoLPro's comp across the lanes than on Team 8's. If bot lane loses out on gold, like if Heaven Time says, screw it, I'm going bot lane instead, again, you can completely shut down the Teammate comp. I think there's actually a lot of possible places to go if you're Heaven Time, and I think it's just on him to get his team ahead early.
Yeah, Heaven Time being a big facilitator for his team, but we talked about it. He is going to have those levels 1 through 3 where he's available and he's not occupied with battling Porpoise Pops, because Porpoise Pops is going to be trying to get to level 6 as fast as possible.
Yep.
So is Porpoise Pops going to take a little detour and maybe go to a lane and maybe counter gank or set up a gank? Because Nocturnes are played very differently sometimes.
Sure.
Some are just like, have to rush 6. Others are like, all right, I'm able to duel some people, but you're not able to do Elise. If you do block the cocoon with the spell shield, you do stand a pretty good chance.
You can kill her Spiderlings in a 1Q and auto attack. So
gives you more too.
Right, yeah, and it gives you more health. So so I think it boils down to this then. Heaven Time's got about a 3-minute window of I'm level 3, you're level 3, but you're not 6 yet. Porpoise Pops has this really tough decision matrix of what do I counter gank?
Wow.
And what do I farm?
Speaking of trains, a Team 8 train, there's a big train just chugging on through. Whoop, whoop.
Well, they spotted the Trinket Ward.
LoLPro.
He's the conductor of the train. Another Trinket Ward down. They got wards over the red. They will know Porpoise Pops to start. And they're looking at what might be a lane swap. Look at this. First time we've seen them go for deep wards across the wall.
Yeah, the fact that it's an Aurelia is something that spoke to me, because Aurelia against Lulu isn't really a favorable matchup for Aurelia.
Well, the thing is, Hanser is actually itemizing to be in a one-on-one. He opened Flask. You don't go Flask if you're jungling. typically. You want the damage output of a Doran's Blade. But, I mean, he's kind of hedging his bets, I suppose.
And now they have all of their members just sitting in here. They don't know if LoLPro has left their jungle yet. They're in a very tricky situation right now. There they go. Now they see them, and now they'll most likely disperse to the winds.
LoLPro spotted on their own red buff. Teammate could get spotted there as well. They're taking their time. Porous Pops will go to the blue, and this is likely...
Yeah, they might steal a blue.
Information that they have.
Yep, they're going to steal blue here.
What's their own
on
blue?
Teammates.
Oh, no, this side,
they're
yeah.
Gonna steal it, yes. Porpoise Pops is going to do his own, and they're going to late invade this blue and take it for themselves because they saw how many people were on that south side of the map, and they might be forcing the lane swap here.
Look at that, Teammate getting themselves the lane swap, and of course Haunter's recalling back before realizing, wait a second, I'm in the 1v2. Yeah, walks back into the buff right there. You're seeing Haunter's minimap coin come back towards Heaven Time. So they realize, yep, this is the 2v1. Flask, Aurelia, not the fastest jungler. And at what point do they realize their buff is gone?
Yeah, and I talked to Cali Trolls a lot, and he hates junglers or top laners that can't jungle effectively by themselves. Like, he loves Mundo, thinks Vladimir's fallen off, and that's one of the reasons he doesn't play it so much, because it doesn't jungle very well or assist the jungle. And so Lulu here is actually a bit of a gamble for him, because it's not to his style.
But he's going to help with Nocturne there, Heaven Time. Going to make his way up and realize that the greedy buff start worked just fine for Team 8. The 3 buff start, not enough ward control, and all these camps are gone for them.
Hey, that delays Heaven Time's level 3. So he's not going to have that window where he's really strong, because Porpoise Pops straight up to be level 4 first.
So look at this. Porpoise Pops on his way to 4. 3 minutes in, really quick start. Again, 3 buffs grabbed by his team overall. Maple Street already alone in the 1v0 lane getting free farm.
Dodo already coming down at about the 3-minute 30-second mark because this is the time that people do Dragon. Are they going to go for it?
Looks like Slushy's still getting harassed away by LoLPro. Are going to start this one with a 4-man group. Hans are only level 1, but he's going to be just fine. Heaven Time taking damage. And they're going to get this one. Cali Trolls is around, but who really cares? Low is probably going to stay safe here. Easy smite for Heaven Time. There is Dragon for LoLPro, but they've got to be careful. Low will get spotted. There's the flash.
Yeah, they get his flash, and it's 600 gold lead now for LoLPro off that one. Good play, because when you lane swap, you have to have that ward coverage that they put all throughout the jungle so they could see who was coming in. Good play by LoLPro to pick that up and basically make the best of a bad situation.
So, Haunter TPs to his lane. And he's going to try to last hit now. He's got the flask as he battles up against it. Tristana, Dodo gets a ward down to spot the jungle roots.
Wonder what Maple has put points into. Show me. Ah, okay, he has
one on everything.
Shot. That was
do an explosive shot.
So he's making sure that he can just push this lane out as opposed and harass the active, as opposed to just leveling up the rapid fire, which we did see Double Lift do in a game, where he didn't put a point in explosive shot until way later, around level 8 or 9.
Maple's not pushing all that fast, though. You're seeing him take his time for last hits, so kind of a mix between the push of explosive shot and the slight freeze of minion denial. Ooh, misses that CS there, Cali Trolls. A little bit sad on that one. And you're seeing this is now actually a freeze lane right there. You're seeing the wave is so big now that it's just going to deny a lot of golden XP from Cali Trolls without, unless he wants to risk himself being ganked.
Yeah, junglers have to adapt to the 2-on-1 because your gank route and your jungle path should line you up with a huge wave that hits bottom. Like right now, if LoLPro make this a huge wave, because look at that, it's pushing out towards their side. If they're able to turn this around at some point and get a gigantic wave in their favor, then you could have the jungler come and dive under turret.
Yep. But right now, with Braum and Kaguma together, this is not a very big risk for Patoy, who's just going to farm on up. Low. Looks like he'll recall back for pieces of a new item.
Oh, Cali Trolls TPing top.
Ooh, okay, so different lanes now for team. It looks like they might want a little something different on this one. Dodo's going to recall, and they're going to go for standard lanes here. They want Cali Trolls to fight up against Haunter. Of course, it's double Dorans versus a Flask, so no teleport for 2 minutes and a very meaningful item lead here for this Lulu. Cali Trolls should be able to win this matchup, but Heaven Time's coming around. There's the jump in. He's got the stun there, burning his flash for it. Cali Trolls flashes away and dodges the cocoon. Both flashes lost for the top laners.
Wow. So as soon as Calitroll shows himself in that top lane, Heaven Time's there to make the gank happen. We talked about how aggressive Calitroll's is in almost every matchup. He wants to trade. He wants to come out on top. And another big thing about this, though, is actually Haunter has more gold than Calitroll's currently. And just a missed shockwave. They have this game, but I do feel like Teammate have a little bit of an edge going into that late game.
Yeah, if they can get the gold on the right people. It's a bunch of engage with a Maple Street in the back line.
We're back.
And LoLPro all about assassinating people and maybe setting up the Kog'Maw. We are back into the game, guys. Had a long pause, but it has since ceased. Heaven Time will hold the mid lane as Lod recalls away. To recap what's happened here, Teammate started the lane swap. LoLPro got a dragon for it, and we've since moved the lanes back to standard 2-on-2s here.
And the last thing that happened before the pause was there was a gank middle, and Slushy blew his ultimate.
And Lod flashed.
Lod flashed and got pushed out of lane afterwards. So that's going to draw the attention of Heaven Time from mid, and Porpoise Pops, he's going to hit 6, when Heaven Time is 4.
Wow. 2-level advantage. 1.5 by the bars, but Heaven Time, what a slow start for him there. Getting only one of the 3 early buffs. Porpoise Pop's actually still counter jungling. He's going for this red buff as Heaven Time goes for the blue. I gotta say, great so far from Porpoise Pops. There's the red buff. Not gonna fully clear the camp. Lod gets blue, and then sad when you realize there's no camps left for.
Yep, they saw him go off to the side, and now that's even more experience for Porpoise Pops over Heaven Time. These are very different spikes between these two junglers. At least Heaven Time did not make use of the levels 1 through 5 power spikes that he has, or I guess 1 through 3, over what Porpoise Pops has.
Well, it was lane swap.
Yeah.
That's all Teammate's construction there is. There's a difference in jungler power. Well, guess what? Doesn't matter. Lane swaps mean nothing for you. So now Slushy's ultimate's up in about 10 seconds there. And Porpoise has the ulti. They know there's no flash on Lod.
Exactly. They have no flash on Lod in the mid lane. Porpoise Pops backs, get himself some goodies, and then he's going to head off on a trek to use his ultimate.
And also Haunter did recall back. He bought up, goes for the trade on Calitroll. Of course, has the item lead. Good damage comes through. That's the Wild Growth Force. That's a pretty major cooldown used. Haunter's going to chug some blast charges and stay safe. But the teleport is still up for the Aurelia. It'll be up in time for Calitroll as well. But still an item lead for the LoLPro top laner.
Yeah, they both used their ultimates there. TP not available for Cali. He's going to stick around for a bit. That might be where Porpoise Pops looks next. There is no flash on that top lane, but
I feel like you really want that mid lane, though.
He's going to go after the mid lane.
It just looks so easy.
Yeah, that's true. He does have a spell shield. We'll have to see. Just slap the ball. Nope, it's going to be on cooldown.
Lod wave clears and immediately runs backwards. There's no way he attacks this turret with a basic attack.
Yep.
Unless he sees knocked from the other side of the map. You just can't.
There's a pink ward in that bush. Heaven Time's going to walk up towards it. They don't see him just yet.
And there they see him. And they know, like, hey, Syndra, be real careful. That guy's around you.
He was looking that direction, too. It was looming.
He was, like, already aimed. He was, like, aerodynamic. He was, like, at a starting block, like, legs, like, one spread apart from the other, and he's, like, hunched forward.
And he's like, oh, gotcha. Oh, he's in the bush. Heaven Time didn't see this.
Heaven Time's going to get the cocoon, though, and says, hey, back on off. Porpoise Pops says, I'm sorry.
Yep. He's going to apologize for that one, back straight off of it. And bottom lane's been left to its own devices. It's been a lot of focus in this mid and top.
But here's the risk, though, is Calitroll is going to recall. What's he going to do with his teleport, though? If he walks back, he can contest Dragon. If he TPs back, it's a very rough situation to be in.
Heaven Time actually rushed his Sightstone. So he's not going to have his gold generation item for a bit, but the fact that he's going to have so many wards is going to be a boon for the team, because they'll be able to keep tabs on Porpoise Pops and his ultimate and his positioning in the jungle.
We've seen a few Elises stay on Spirit Stone for a long time. And, like, just really deny that one. They're going to go in for Slushy, though, but there was already Nocturne. There they go in. Are they going to get anything for this one? Teleport's both coming up. Porpoise Pops taking a bunch of damage. Shockwave plus Wild Growth, and Lod's got nowhere to go. Heaven Time going to fall as well. What a beautiful counter gang. Haunter's got to run away on this one.
Wow, and
that is the exact combo.
Dragon is up right now, too, so it's a huge possibility they can do it. And he dodges the Glacial Fissure in the bottom lane.
Wow, Rocket jumps as he gets the knockups, going to keep himself safe on this one. Still has the Summoners and the ulti advantage for Teammate's bottom lane. They're going to ping this one.
Yep.
Porpoise Pop's going for Dragon.
Well, the jungler died. You also killed the mid laner. And then they say, all right, it's time to go ahead and get the Dragon. They didn't get the first one, and now Teammate, 7K gold lead before they even complete it. And it's just going to be even further now.
Wow, so there we go. Teammate back in this game. They lost the first Dragon because of the lane swap. They basically nullified the Elise early jungle pressure. They hit 6. Porpoise Pops looked mid. And to be honest, LoLPro engaged a fight with a high chance of a Nocturne counter gank, and they went poorly.
They missed the cocoon. Immediate counter gank and the double TPs coming in was really big. Both of them got through, but Calitrolls, his contribution this early on in the game with the utility is much higher than Hauntzer's being an item-dependent top laner.
Yes, it was, and you just saw how good that combo was. That's basically the preview of things to come, right? You got the Orianna Lulu combo in, just exploding people. That's only going to get stronger over time.
And now, Heaven Time, he's just trying to counter jungle now, set up all these wards and keep tabs on Porpoise Pops, because he's just been a big problem right now in that first fight. And his levels.
Heaven Time's not going to find him, though. Going to take their time. Now he gets spotted.
Ooh, nothing.
That camp's gone.
Oh, up top, though, Calitrolls is getting flanked right now. He has blue buff. Hauntzer's low HP, so he'll get the stun off.
There's the stun, and here comes Heaven Time.
Calitrolls has flash.
Down to the bottom side, the flash! Ooh, dodges it away. Porpoise Pops now here for the counter gank. They're gonna go in this one. Misses the slow on a Heaven Time, though. Wants this fight regardless. Laughs. Third lances, and the wave clear.
And now Porpoise Pops is up here as well, and they have more effective HP between these two members.
Monster clearing away the minions. He'll stay reasonably safe. Gets most of them. To be honest, he's still up 22 minions. This one-on-one is one that is going for Haunzer.
There's a big thing here, though, that blue is up, and I don't know if Teammate would actually contest this with the HP bars they have, because they have an advantage, and they know it. He is going to look for it.
Ulti's up for him. Sees the blue buff.
They have a mana advantage in mid, too.
Oh. Now he knows Heaven Time's there, and Dodo does take some damage. Still has the ulti, though. This bot lane's pretty close. Haunzer
they're going to try
about to get dived. This is a bit risky, though. They're going to walk right on in. There's the first damage coming across. Haunzer's got nowhere to go. Great spell shield on the stun.
A Twilight Shroud stops the Equilibrium Strike. And now Slushie, they're going for Heaven Time.
Heaven Time's got to be real careful this one. Q comes out. The Fear's got to be around on this one.
There's no flash.
Jumps into the air, but he's got basically nowhere to go. Drops down Feared, and Slushie claims the kill for himself. Teammate now 4-0.
And the blue buff is still available. Slushie has his ultimate.
Ooh, Shockwave comes in, but there's not really a lot of follow-up. Law just forced away. It does give them control over the blue buff. Slushie stays safe out of their jungle.
He has to back off of that one. That's going to be a blue buff rewarded to Teammate, and a lot of kills off the back of that. 2 falling into their hands. Just great play all around so far, and that bullying in the top lane. They focused it. They're leaving bottom to their own devices because they think that this duo, which has been in a slump, is off of that and is ready to start dominating lanes again.
The bot lane looks just fine. Maple Street with the early Vamp Scepter is completely safe. Has sustained to work through any Harass Patoy and low want, and it just means this bot lane is fine. A 10 minion difference, not a big deal at all. Honestly, Teammate, let the bot lane just stay as they wanted to. Calitrolls got ahead.
He's got nothing to repel to. Slushie is safe. And Slushie going back to the Orianna, I love that choice from him because he's had a lot of success on that champion in the past. And now, all their wards are actually centralized from Teammate on the left side of the map, on the west side. East side is completely ripe for the taking here by LoLPro.
See that? Yep. Just grab the blue buff away. Luci's about to be sad, but I guess he got the last one, so it's not a big deal. He's like, hey, I thought we still...
that was
did he
mine.
Not? Did he just not clear that camp? I guess Scorpion
wow.
do it.
It's the jungler is on cleanup duty here. I'm going to take your wolves. You go ahead and clear out the little lizards. And
He's
then
capped on conservation. That's just scumbag Slushie there.
Doesn't leave him anything.
That is gold wasted that Porpoise Pops could have had. You know, if he dies next team fight, it's on you, Slushie. Calitrolls, though, still fighting up Haunzer. That turret is very, very low.
Yep, Calitrolls is actually in a great position. He's 2-0-1, 75% kill participation, and he's able to make the plays he wants to make on the map, considering the state of his lane. He's down in CS about 16, but he doesn't care. He's going to get a turret, and he's been a part of these fights that have been successful in facilitating for the advantage his team has.
Oh, very impressive stuff then by this Calitrolls. Lulu looks like when he's not facing Gragas, life's a lot easier for the man. His turret in dangerous position to go down. Couple more attacks. There it is. Haunzer can't look for the fight. Look at that. Porpoise Pops is already there to counter gank.
They know where the ganks are going to come in. And here it comes.
For this one, Calitrolls loses health. Nice knock up onto 2. They're going to chase down Hanser, who jumps to a minion and gets safe there. Purpose Pop's nothing to do, but Heaven Time, he's got to be real careful. He does not have flash. Good cocoon, though.
She's trying to come up and cut him off. Purpose Pops is actually going to try to head him off at the pass to the autos.
That glitter lance, though, and Calitrolls gets the solo kill. Claims a red buff for himself, and Slushie just looks pretty.
Yep, he was there for moral support, saying you can do it, making sure they had the numbers advantage. And man, this top lane, when it goes in favor of Calitrolls, it's just such a scary thing for teammate. They get so much morale. They basically come out the gate like, yeah, I can take on anybody.
Hanser's gonna die in this one, dude.
And he got red buff.
That is not a place he wanted to be. Another solo kill. This is falling apart now for LoLPro. Calitrolls 4-0-1.
Yeah, when he gets ahead, he pushes that advantage. And now Laud, he just used to scatter the weak.
Shockwave, good flash again, gets away from the CC. But we just keep seeing moves go better and better for teammate. Now Low, forced away, but he's all right.
Funny thing is, in the previous 2 games, it's always been one side's jungler sets up so that the other side is able to just crumble. And now, it used to be also that the bot lanes were flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Game 1, Patoy went pretty dang crazy, and Low had a really good showing. But now, this bottom lane is going to get some attention now. Hanser out of position.
Knocked into the turret at 1/3 health, goes down basically right away, forced out of the battle. Maplestreet getting damage down to the front line. Dodo is a giant tank, and they are chasing on a Heaven Time. Jumps up into the air with Repel, goes off to the side, low on HP, and he will fall over. And now the chase on Patoy, 1 hit from dead. He goes down as well. 2 for 0 so far. Now Maplestreet wants to fight more, but he's taking big damage. Does explode to Aurelia. Hanser did get the revenge, and he will actually walk out almost safe, but the trade still comes through. Now Heaven Time versus Dodo.
It's
actually, that's not going to be good enough. Heaven Time gets it. Purpose Pop forced to run. Actually, for what it's worth, 3 for 3. Better than I thought it would be for LoLPro.
That was actually a mismatched fight there. It was a 4-on-3 in favor of LoLPro with a 4. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, Slushie duels him. Right in the mid lane. Laud and Slushie actually, that's 5 kills for Team 8 there.
That's an extended 5 for 3 right there. Purpose Pop's with the cleanup and Slushie on the solo kill.
And that was exactly what Team 8 wanted. If you look at the map, it's completely mismatched here. It's Porpoise Pops is in the base, so it's a 4-on-3 this entire fight. Hanser just takes a lot of damage from this turret, and then the fight really starts. They go back and forth on this. Hanser is out of the fight very early on, so it's really a 3-on-3 at this point, and the red buff on Calitrolls slowing everybody. They cannot disengage this fight. He's auto-attack harassing so much. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, Slushie is actually fighting Laud back and forth, chasing him down the mid lane, stopping him from getting to the fight. And that's so crucial when your mid laner heads off the enemy mid laner. And they're fighting again. It's like a replay.
Patoy's going to fall down for that one. Nocturne claims the kill. The last time around, the Kog'Maw passive got them back into the fight. This time around, not going to do much. The chase onto Low. Dodo has turret aggro. He's actually too close to QW. Low gets knocked around, jumps to a mini, though. He's going to stay safe.
He got a, that was actually, I think that was a buster shot.
Yeah, he got buster shotted as he jumped with W.
Yeah, so he got the extra little bit of resistances.
You know what's funny from Dodo, actually? If he walked backwards, he could have had but pulverized. He was too close to the combo normally. If he walked far enough away, he could have done it.
Oh, Slushie. Wow, he fakes off to the right. Heaven Time's been favoring that west side of the jungle, the north side of the jungle with his Sightstone.
Yeah.
And now, Calitroll's actually coming around in the mid lane. Maple's pushing bottom.
Well, mid lane outer goes down. First of the game for LoLPro. They're going to lose their bottom outer here, keeping teammate up in the turret game. Teammate overall winning by about 7,000 gold here.
Yeah, Laud's showing on Syndra has not been a huge boon for his team. Because if you take into fact that Porpoise Pops and teammates set up in the early game to get their jungler to level 6 faster, and then as soon as the Nocturne ulti came up, Laud was their target. Went perfectly. Now Calitrolls
takes a whole bunch of damage, forces self ulti, and Laud looks like he cannot chase him out on this one.
And he gets away.
Ult for ult. Ignite burned as well, though. It's not what he expected.
Nope, he sounded juicy.
He's not really dead, though.
Nope, he's not. He's colorful, though.
He is.
He's purple. You know, Kog'Maw can wear whatever he wants. We're not judging him.
Fine. Purple's a good color.
Yeah, it's a Kog'Maw color.
It is. Not really exploding, though.
It's faking you out every time.
I have not seen that bug before, really. All right, so teammate well in control. The 6-1-2 Lulu is freaking massive. Let's be real on this one. Calitro's though in 1v2 can't win this one. Outer turret will fall, so LoLPro do equalize the turret game.
Pops is here for the counter gank.
And where's the wild growth? Where's the engage? Of course, that's actually on cooldown, but Hanser just gets feared up and goes down. Ironic when you think about it. Heaven time, though. Now forced to run away. He's got pretty much nowhere to go.
Yeah, we talked about early game strategy. Camp the top lane, get your shot caller fed, and it's working perfectly now for Team 8.
Heaven time gets the kill.
Slushy looking pretty again. He just walks up, doesn't get an assist.
He got XP at least. We shared that one.
That's true.
Pops claims his own red buff there.
7K gold advantage now for Team 8. They had the right battle plan coming into this, and they decided we're going to leave the hyper carries to fight each other, and nobody's really going to just win that. The lane wasn't hyper aggressive until the TPs were ready and coming in, and they were able to make plays off of it. So nobody went too aggressive too early on. And actually, if anybody went aggressive, it was LoLPro. They went too hard a couple times in the spot lane.
Yeah.
Twice that I can think of.
Yeah, and those fights got turned around a few times. They were looking for ways back in the game because the top lane was slipping away. I think it's the right choice to find another lane to fight for and say, if you're winning top, we'll win bottom. Unfortunately, didn't quite work.
I love this from Calitro's early distortion boots so that he can have a lower cooldown on his summoner spells and have his TP up more often so that he can start making the plays or continue making the plays.
Yeah. It brings his minion teleport and his flash down to 4 minutes from 5. The TP onto turrets even shorter than that.
Yeah, that's really his style, though, and how he fits into the team. This is going to help him be what he needs to be for the team. Is present, the utility that they need, but also split pushing at the same time.
And it's good. I mean, he is so far ahead. He's actually got a needlessly large rod, but then also starts up on a Lich Bane here. So his dueling power is incredible against a Hanser who still does not have any magic resist yet. He is starting on Cowl, though. But at 1-4-0, I feel like his time to win that matchup has passed. It will take a while for Aurelia to get the lead back in that matchup. So.
Oh, yeah. 8-1-2 on a Lulu? That's insane. His kill participation is crazy as a top laner.
Yeah.
As a top laner.
I mean, he's got multiple solo kills this game, at least 3 that I know of.
Yeah. That is ridiculous kill participation for a top lane. That just shows how much Team 8 puts in that top lane for California Trolls in terms of resources. And then he was able to get solo kills off the red he got. He's 3 levels up over Hanser, and he's still fighting him.
And Hanser's going to try to do this battle. Honestly, you can see the damage output available on Aurelia. Imagine if he had equal items here. Hanser is trying to push past Cali Trolls, but there is the damage coming back through. Stun comes back in, but the W's down. Cali Trolls one shot from the kill, has to flash for no reason, but hey, got the kill.
He missed one of his glitter lances previously, and it looked like it was going to turn around, but he ends up getting the solo kill up top. Now he's free to push a turret. He has a Sheen. It's going to go down a little faster than you would expect. Nope, he's going to back, so he can possibly TP, and nope, never mind, he's sitting there.
He's making the decision here. Teammates say, you know what, go ahead and push the turret down. We can wait. We can buy time. Recall when you're ready. Honestly, I think it's a great choice because it's a guaranteed advantage. Great Kaku, but there's the jump in. Slushy's going to make him pay for this one low. Going to get flash pulverized on the knockback onto Lod. He gets over the wall and stays safe for a second, but Maple Street says no, think of that one. Now goes in towards Low, who is dangerously low, does get killed off. Turret goes down and 2 kills picked up. Maple Street chases down to Heaven time. 3 for nothing plus the turret.
Yeah, they get a turret for themselves up top. Teammate 10K gold advantage. They want to close this series out off of that really bad start. But Cali Trolls.
Hanser wants it. He does get it.
But he loses a turret in mid at the same time for it. And meanwhile, the Dragon's actually being done by Porpoise Pops.
Wow, he's going to take that one pretty much by himself.
Wow.
But the surrender, 25 minutes in, LoLPro just completely destroyed in every single lane. And a great, great game by Team 8.
And Team 8 take the 3rd place game and shut down LoLPro's dreams at a first round bye in the playoffs. Both these teams will be in the playoffs, though. And granted, the back and forth that we saw in this set of games, they definitely both deserve to be there.
So this means that I believe we know the seeds for sure. Then LoLPro at 3rd. It's going to be Team 8 at 4th seed here in the playoffs. So these guys will both have side choice in their postseason. But you got to think, what do these teams now think going into the playoffs? The next match they're going to play is their actual playoff battle. So Team 8 will play Wasabi. And that's going to be an interesting battle there, the 4th versus 5th. We're going to see Denial versus LoLPro as well in the 3 versus 6 matchup. That's the next match for these two teams. And you say, look, this is a match you must win. The quarterfinals in the postseason is basically single elimination. You lose that match, you are not going to the promo tournament.
Yeah.
Matches these two teams must win if they want their LCS hopes here. Teammate seemed to be recovering.
Yeah.
Cali Trolls went really big that game.
There were some breaths of life in this game for them. Mostly from the jungle leading into other lanes was the big thing. And I think Maple Street should be picking up more hyper carries for his team. Because if he's just going to play safe like that, which I think he hates doing. I think he hates playing safe because he loves to crush lane.
Yeah.
But if he's going to have that type of play style, it allows them to make plays top and then transition those into mid and then come down bottom and be like, hey, we're finally here and the game's over because of it.
Yeah, and honestly, I liked this choice of strategy by teammate. Porpoise Pops went on a farm jungler, said, guys, I can't make plays early game. That's fine. We'll lane swap it and outplay the level 1. You're now ahead of their jungler. Don't worry. No Elise pressure anymore. Beautiful by teammate.
I love the adaptation mid-series because they played a composition that looked all over the place. Then they were like, all right, let's add more damage to it. And then they crushed that second game when they started getting a lead in the middle. Then in this last game, they were like, all right, let's just play to our strengths. Let's play something a little different, actually. So they actually took half their strengths, and they're like, all right, because of the patch the way it is and Lucian being disabled and all this other stuff, we're just going to kind of be like, this works for us. Cali Trolls and Porpoise Pops synergy works for us, and Slushy being able to camp Laud and get him just ahead once and then just transition that. Because as soon as Laud was ahead, there was no, not Laud. Slushy was ahead. Laud couldn't follow him in roams.
Yeah.
And as soon as he went down, it's like, I can camp in this bush and I can full combo you with Orianna and I will kill you if you follow.
Yeah.
And it ended up happening at one point.
So, and yeah, it's hard for LoLPro to come in from behind. So now we're going to talk about them a little bit, what they can do differently, what they can set up for themselves. The bot lane, I think, still has room to grow. I mean, certainly Maple Street and Dota are a good team. If we think their slump is over, then there's no shame in losing to these guys in the 2-on-2. But Batoy was down in CS most of the game. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. And, you know, this is a team that's had problems with their bot lane, right?
Yes.
They had benched Low, brought him back in. They benched Hoodstomp, brought in Heartbeat, had problems there, put him back out, moved Batoy to AD carry. I mean, that's just kind of strange.
Yeah, it seems like they're just trying to find the puzzle pieces that will fit together.
Yeah.
And they're just trying all these different options. And it's pretty much crunch time right now. You
Yeah.
have to solidify that into playoffs, or else all the work you did over the past 2 months was pretty much just for nothing in terms of LCS spots.
Well, they've got a few weeks to solidify, though. Every single week we see a new sort of lineup in some way from LoLPro. Now it's their time to buckle down and practice. We'll see if they can get into better shape here, if the synergies improves, if they can make plays elsewhere. Unfortunately, that was not Hanser's day. He's had some good days before. This one was not his, and we'll see what else these guys can shape up over the next couple of weeks when we see them next in the playoffs. But after Teammates' victory, there's now only one match remaining in the Challenger Summer Series 2. It's the finals between Team Coast and Curse Academy. That game will take place tomorrow live on the LCS stage in Los Angeles after a super amount of LCS games.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for that one. But tomorrow, the day kicks off with Team Dignitas against Team Curse. Then it's Team Solo Mid versus Cloud9 and Counterlogic Gaming against Evil Geniuses.
After that, it's Team Solo Mid versus Dignitas, then Curse faces LMQ, and then Counterlogic Gaming battles Complexity. It all starts tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Now with that, we reach the end of our time together tonight, but before we go, I want to say thanks again to our friends at Coca-Cola. And for myself, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for watching, good night, and GG.